guys. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So I wanted to make a video on something that I thought was really important, and I was guided towards making a video about this, or rather speaking on this, and it was a topic that came up in one of my classes yesterday, and the idea of the twin flame, or rather a false twin flame. So what is a false twin flame, for starters? So a false twin flame is someone that you meet that you have this immediate, like, really, like, you have this draw to them, but it's like a hot, like, lots of chemistry kind of lure, like it's a lure, I can't even say that word, a lure towards them that is like really, it feels very like hot, and like almost like this like underlying thing of lust, and you just feel completely drawn, like you're being siphoned and sucked into them, and that you're just in this whirlwind with them. That's kind of the initial pull you might get with them, and that's usually with a false twin. Those, or karmic or other toxic relationships you might have, and you have immediate chemistry with them, something that you can't put your finger on, like, and you just like a really like this chemical reaction with them. And in reality, what's happening, all that chemistry is sending all these dopamine signals to your brain, and it's giving you like some really good feel good sensations initially. And why that's happening, this is going to be really wonderful. So why that's happening is because when you meet people who mirror the situations that you went through growing up, so any of the wounds that you're carrying within you and you have stored within you and they're unhealed, you're going to meet people purposely so that they can mirror back those things back to you, to make you continuously feel the same thing back in order to heal, because it's something that's you're not aware of it, it's in the unknown, so it has to come up. So how is it going to come up if it's forgotten and you have no idea about it? Well, I'll tell you how it's going to come up. You're going to go out and attract people that are going to play out those roles with you and those cycles with you over and over and over again, and sometimes worse, so that you can learn the lesson. So you feel that immediate chemistry with them. It's like very hot and heavy. You feel like they're your, you can't be without them, and that it's so, you feel so connected, and all this, really, it's very ego energy. If you sit with it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I know, because this was my last relationship, was a karmic relationship. I did not know about the terms twin flames until maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. So I didn't know if I had a twin flame or anything up until 2 years ago. So the twin flame connection, let me say, is very different from what a false twin flame and a karmic feels like. A twin flame connection is not like that. It's a very steady, deep connection. But the difference with the twin flame connection is that it's kind of, if you're not healed, if you're not open, you will actually not be drawn to the twin flame connection. You'll actually run from the twin flame connection, because the twin flame connection is the opposite. The twin flame connection will mirror back to you. It's looking deep into your being and mirror back to you all the parts of you that are perfect and whole. And your twin flame will see the best versions of you, but not only that, they will mirror it back to you. And when you feel that connection, and you are in an unawakened and unhealed state, you will not want to be with your twin flame. So that's one good indication if you know your twin flame or not. So and oftentimes the male might be the runner and the female will be the more awakened one, just because the divine feminine, just because of the energies, the feminine tends to be more awakened first. You don't have to be, this isn't about genders, you don't have to be a woman to be the divine feminine, and you do not have to be a male to be the divine masculine, just to be very clear about that. Everyone has divine masculine and feminine energy in them. You will have one that is more that you lead with, you know what I mean? So anyways, so that's the difference with a karmic false twin flame. You your wounds will draw you to that person like a magnet. It'll be like this magnetized like relationship, but you will feel they will do things to you that will really, really, like directly to you, that will really cause you a lot of pain and hurt, and you will understand why they do those things to you, where a twin flame would not do those things to you, because a twin flame is you. It's a mirror version of you, so they're not going to do those things to you. They would never purposely do things to cause you pain. So so a karmic or false twin flame, like I said, it could be very heated. You will have a lot of things where you will like be second guessing yourself. You will feel pain. You will feel all these different things within that relationship, and doubt and low self-worth and things like that. You will continue to feel those in a karmic relationship or false twin flame and relationship. And I wanted to talk about that because many people stay in relationships like this because they think that is divinely guided and that it's their counterpart, and so they always try to make it work, and that this is who I'm destined to be with, this is my other half, we are meant for each other. But I'm just here to tell you that's a crock of shit. It's not true. I am not with my false twin or karmic. I don't refer to that person as my false twin, but I did definitely think that while we were together that we were, you know, kindred spirits, like soulmates or whatever you want to call it, and that I could not be apart from them. But that was definitely not any of that, and that was only all of my wounds reacting, and all that fiery energy in that relationship was that. It was only that. And the minute the lessons were learned and once the healing began, I did not feel any of those things anymore. I wish them love. I wish them light and healing in their own path, but they're no longer part of my path. So so I just wanted to make that clear distinction. So between a false twin and a twin flame. Some people might meet their twin. I don't want to make this a video about twin flames, so if you want to hear more about twin flames, ask me and I can make a video about it. But a twin flame journey is not necessarily for everyone, but because we are, you know, going into a more awakened and conscious state, it's more likely that twin flames will come together now to, you know, to help to raise the Earth's vibration and consciousness, into anchored love into the grids, the Earth's grids. So don't feel bad if you don't have a twin flame, or if you're not with your twin flame. I am not with my twin flame, so it's fine, because the most important thing is to have divine union with your masculine and feminine inside. And unless both twins are awakened, then they're not going to come together, and so there's nothing you can do about that. You can't make someone else awaken. And see who they are and see their own power and step into their own being. It is not your job to do that for anyone. Sorry, I have like very dry throat right now for some reason. So it's not your job to help anyone along their path. Also, it's not your job to tell someone that they're with a false twin and they're karmic and that they're not supposed to be in that relationship, because we have free will And we need to respect someone else where they are on their journey. We cannot interfere with that. We can send them love and healing and light and just allow them to walk the path that they need to. So you really need to honor that. You can't interfere with any of that. So I just want you to know, because you might get hurt along the way, whether someone you lose friends because of stuff like that, or if people, you have arguments or whatever it is that happens in your life. Just because you can see things as they are doesn't mean that you need to tell everyone and point it out to their face, because they're not going to listen to you. First of all, people just come to conclusions on their own. Okay, so please honor and respect that. So yes, so going back to the karmic and false twin flame. So those are like the main ways you can tell that it's not a twin flame. And also I think that people are because a lot of people that are in the new age type stuff for I don't know if it's because it's trendy or what, or people who are walking the path of healing and journey don't care about the labels and what's going on like around them. They're not concerned about how they're seen by other people. They're only concerned about their journey and what's going on within the conversation and the energy that's within. I'm not concerned about anyone else. So if you are attached to having these labels, because you don't have to label anything if you don't want to, but keep in mind that if you don't end up with a twin flame or something, there are other soulmate connections and life partners that you can end up with. So do not feel discouraged that you're not with your divine counterpart, that now you're never going to be with anyone else. But just trust the process and know that what's for you is for you. So if you are in a false twin flame relationship, in a karmic relationship, any type of toxic relationship, those are the ways you can tell. Like I said, that really fast, fiery energy that comes at first, that is really your wounds playing out and mirroring back all this stuff that you need to see. It wants it to be visible, so it's going to seduce you. It's very seductive. That's what I wanted to say. It's a very seductive energy initially, and just like pulls you in. So if it has that really seductive energy at first, and I don't mean sensual divine energy, because that is completely different, and that's something anchored in love and has creative energy, creative force, love force energy, that sensuality and sexuality that comes from being healed. That is completely different. Seductive energy is a different kind of energy, and normally that comes from unhealed parts of people. When you are trying to seduce someone, there is a form of manipulation surrounding that. So because you are trying to lure someone out of their own free will with seduction. So when you have that seductive energy, alluring, very hard, fiery pull, like use my hand, sorry, I'm Italian. That is a good indication that it is not a true twin flame energy. Twin flame energy is very anchored. It's very calm. It's very connected, and it's very honest, and it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, you'll know the difference once you can sit there with yourself and sit within yourself and just really think about like how you're feeling when you're with that person. Don't mistake your trauma and trauma bonding and that chemistry, that chemical reaction you were having with someone that is literally just based on your wounds. Don't mistake that and confuse that with a soul connection and twin flame connection, because it's not. the reality is, when we have chemistry with people, that really high intensity chemistry that feels like, you know, that seductive like energy, that when we have that with someone we meet immediately, and it's not like this anchored love stable energy, when it's like that like rocky like whirlwind like right off the bat kind of thing, that is only because of unhealed wounds that are being projected outwardly and bringing people to you in order to mirror your past experiences so that you can learn from them. It'll just keep repeating the cycle so that you can keep repeating feeling those pains so that you can address it. So it's basically like shaking you. It's like, oh, okay, higher self's coming and we're going to bring you the person. Okay, I know that she has all those unhealed wounds there. We're going to bring you the person, and you're going to be so drawn to it because that's the part of you that needs healed. So you got to bring that part together, and it's going to shake you up. If you don't learn the lesson, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. And a lot of those energies tend to be very incredibly narcissistic. So that's something to keep in mind. So I hope that was like helpful in terms of understanding a bit about false twin flames and karmic relationships and other toxic relationships, and how that's different from a twin flame relationship. Twin flames usually will end up getting together when, and if they do get together or meet beforehand, they only meet before they get together only because they have to like activate each other. From what I understand, it's they start the process of awakening when they meet. So one can start it for another, and then if they like have to meet, they might have to meet several times before they get together so that they activate each other and do their own journey and their own healing and whatever. And usually in between the activations, when they're separated, because twin flames are often will be separated, and will go through a lot of karmic cycles and dark nights of the soul in the interim while they do their healing. And they will only get together as life partners if all that healing has been done. And when they do get together, then they're generally well into they're going to be into their path and doing exactly what they need to be doing for their life purpose and living in that. And that's just how it is. So I don't know if this helped anyone. I really hope it did. And just to clarify the difference between twin flames and karmic false twin flames, because the term gets thrown around a lot, and so it's not something, just because you meet someone and you guys click doesn't mean that you're twin flames. You can be soulmates with lots of people too, and it doesn't have to be even a romantic relationship to be a soulmate with someone. So just keep that in mind. And if you find yourself in a relationship that you constantly are like suffering and you feel pain and you're like, how could this be my twin flame when they just do these things to hurt me? Well, because they're not your twin flame. That's why. Your twin flame is not gonna do things to destroy you or make you feel all that amount of pain. So please be mindful of that, and do not use that label to keep you stuck in a twin flame relationship. Because even if it is a twin flame relationship, then somebody who's awakened is not going to hurt you. They're not going to hurt you. They are going to help you succeed and be the best version of yourself. I promise you. That's what they're there to do. So they're going to love you. They're going to support you. They are going to be all the things, all the strengths that they have will balance out the parts that are not as strong, and they will have strengths that the other person doesn't have, and it will be a beautiful balance of yin and yang energy. So, and it's not going to be intention, like there's not going to be any like, I'm not saying that because you're not going to, people like, twin flames are going to fight and things like that, but false twin flame and karmic relationships are very toxic relationships, and they are not going to be supportive of your growth. They're not going to want to watch you flourish. They're going to keep you down. They're going to keep you stuck. And so I just want to put that out there. Anyways, I really hope this video was helpful. If you have any more questions about false twin flames, karmic relationships, and things like that, feel free to comment, and I'll make another video about it if you want. Anyways, have a beautiful day, and don't forget to do some breathing exercises and try to be centered. And above anything else, I want to say, because people are so fixated on trying to find someone else to complete them, you have to be at a point where you are complete on your own, because nobody is ever going to complete you. Okay, I promise you that. No one is going to complete you. And for as long as you need someone else to complete you, you will never be happy. We have the divine masculine and feminine within us. And it is your mission to put those two energies in union within yourself first. That is the most important thing. You need to be whole and complete on your own before you seek anything outwardly. You have to already have that within. So please keep that in mind when you're on your healing journey. And if you want information about that, you can ask me or look on YouTube, because there's so much information about how to heal your divine masculine and feminine and put them in union. Anyways, have a beautiful day. I hope that this video was helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. All right, have a beautiful day. Bye.